So what we need to do is we're waiting on Liam to come up. He's coming up this morning to bring the clutch. So then we can get the engine out, put the clutch in, put it all together, put it back in for the final go. We're going to try to do the same thing that we've been doing, because I've done it about 6 times. We're putting the transmission and the gearbox, the transmission and the engine all in one component. We also need to seal up the gasket on the sump, and when it comes out, Liam needs to shift the steering rack over a little bit and get that mounted up. Then it can go back in. So we're just waiting for him to get here so he can make his measurements for where he wants the steering rack. In the meantime, I reckon what we'll do is we'll put in the rear mount for the diff. Get that diff sorted.
The diff. So this is the rear diff brace. Looks good, doesn't it?
He's done a good job of it. Looks good.
Oh, that's the bracket there for the sensor.
Yeah, and then he's welded in these mounts here.
Yep.
On each side of the chassis. The mounts that he actually welded in the chassis come up really good. It looks nice and strong.
No, it all looks good.
You look like, you know when you get cheesels, you put them on your finger?
You'd reach into the cheesel packet and you'd be like, we really need a press.
Yeah, we need a press. Then the trouble is, they're not even that expensive. It's just...
I know, it's just a matter of we need to go get one.
Yeah. And it's the type of thing where you go, oh, I got away with it this time around, so...
Exactly right. Nice. Like butter. We need to press.
Did you get the bolts out?
I have the bolts in my pocket, in my pouch.
Like a kangaroo.
Like kangaroo. Bloody Skippy. What's that, Skip?
It doesn't fit.
Alright. Go that way. Yep. Now we need to go down.
Oh, I just touched the grease.
Oh. No. What?
There we go.
There we go. Nice.
Just needed muscles.
Punch.
Oh, there we go.
Good work.
Woohoo!
Good work. That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, so we need to make a little bit of a spacer to go into here. We just need to make 2 of these little doohickey spacers, basically, to space it off. But it's been a little while since we've done a little bit of a Hackshop hack, I suppose.
Is it a hack?
I don't know if it's a hack. Maybe people are aware of it, but people aren't. Because I know Nathan wasn't. When he made the coil pack spacers for the Fairlane, he cut little tiny ones of these. Or probably like 20 of them.
Yeah.
On the bandsaw. Then he had to grind them flat and get them nice and smooth. Whereas you can get a nice and accurate finish by using a plumbing pipe cutter. So you get your bit of alloy, chuck her in. Bang. Spacer. As easy as that. People are probably aware of that, maybe they're not, but Nathan wasn't, so we thought we'd tell everyone else. So if you're wondering what this is, and I'm kind of wondering what this is as well too, I'm told this is the Speedo Sensor. Why it's on the diff, I don't know. Because BMW, I guess. All I know is it needs to go back in. Let's bring it down.
Yeah.
The engine is coming out for the 600th time, and hopefully for the last time.
Hopefully.
Alright, so here's a tip. We have a new speaker bearing. Look at it, it's nice and shiny. But I didn't realise that there was one already in this motor. We thought it didn't have one, so it was going to be easy. Now normally I would use our bread trick, which you've seen before when we did my HQ. However, just by absolute chance, I happened to have been reading and doing a bit of research for the first time ever. What I read was, you do not use the hydraulic method on this, because behind this is just a Welsh plug basically for the oil galleries and the actual crank. So it must be like a hollow crank or something maybe. And what happens if you do try to put grease or bread or toilet paper, whatever your choice of posing is, you can end up pushing that Welsh plug into the crank and screwing everything up. So we can't use that method, and we don't have a speaker bearing puller. So we're getting a mate to go grab one for us, so we don't have to stop work, and we'll deal with it then. But for anyone that doesn't know, just so you know, 'cause I would have made that mistake if I hadn't read that. So thank God for that. So we're going to take the sump off, and we're going to do the sump while we wait. This is the bit where we're going to make all the mess.
Some things going on here.
I'll allow it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, so the sump is back on, it's bolted in. We just had a delivery. Sean, Lean's brother, has dropped us off speaker bearing puller. So now we can try to get the speaker bearing puller out without destroying the crank. Alright, let's see if we can make this thing work. Well, the only way that we could actually get it out was actually destroy all the roller bearings in the actual bearing itself, so that we could actually grab the inside lip at the top here. Once we did that, it was actually pretty easy, but I like the bread or the hydraulic method more, but you can't in this situation. Now that's out, we can chuck the new one in and then put the clutch in and get the gearbox in and send her away. Alright, so the steering rack is back in, so what Liam has done is basically offset the mounts 15mm. 15mm was it, Liam?
Yeah, roughly.
15mm
yes.
roughly to driver's side. That allows us then to, if I can see it, just move this over so it just misses the starter motor. Well, fingers crossed it does anyway. Being that it is offset, we will have to adjust these obviously, but you can see we should have enough play. Hopefully we got enough length on this side to get it straight again. We'll see, otherwise we might have to look at maybe swapping these out for a different model or something like that. But that's the only way we're going to get it in. Time to get the engine in.
For the final time, hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like we keep saying the final time we're jinxing ourselves, but I'm going to stay hopeful. Alright, so we have the engine in. It is sitting on the engine mounts finally. The only thing that we're dealing with is that it's still a lot closer to the starter motor than what we originally had planned it to be, so Liam's going to play with it for a little bit longer. I've got to get ready to go to work, so I'm calling it for a day, but Liam's going to sit and fiddle with it for a bit and see if we can come up with a solution. But yeah, one of those things, I suppose. Hopefully next time we're back out here we've got an engine that sits in the right spot.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's a new day. The clutch is in now, so Nathan's back because he didn't want anything to do with clutches, so he decided he's going to bugger off.
Torque converters will come running.
So we left off the other night, I reckon, when I left for work and Liam was staying here to do a bit more work. We're still having issues with the steering rack just being too close. But now that the engine is in and bolted in, you can see our lovely brackets here. Now that they're in, now we can actually try and figure out where this goes once and for all. So Liam's going to work on that. Me and Nathan are just going to try and find all little odd jobs that we can do while he's doing that until it gets down on the ground, because then when it gets down on the ground we can start doing stuff like looking at the brake booster, because we've got to figure out how that's going to go in. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to do a stud conversion on the wheels, because these have those shitty, what do you even call the wheel nuts with the shanks?
Wheel studs?
Wheel stud nut things.
I don't know.
Wheel studs with a nut on the end that you put through the wheel, which takes forever to get on because you're like,
the amount of times the wheel's nearly fallen on my face while I'm taking the wheel off, we're going to do a conversion. So we're going to do that while Ian gets to work on that, and yeah, see how we go. Oh, we only had 2 nuts on that, huh?
Yeah.
Need a hand there, bro?
I just don't want the rotor to fall off.
That was actually... You actually made that look
done.
really smooth, yeah.
This is stupid. Stupid! Alright, so what do we got? We got this stud conversion. Big install. It's a big install.
Big build.
Straight off Alibaba. Straight off Alibaba.
They can't be off Alibaba because they came.
Oh, that's true.
Do these get Loctite?
Yeah, I'm going to put Loctite on them. I don't think you need to, because once the two forces have pulled together and combined.
When powers combined, Captain Planet, he's a hero.
I was back in Star Wars then, when two forces combined, but...
You don't watch Star Wars?
Yeah, I do. The Mandalorian. He's half man, half DeLorean.
Liam just stopped. Liam just stopped in his tracks.
If he runs at 88 miles an hour, he goes back in time.
He just stopped in his tracks. That was
It
good.
was good, wasn't it? He laughed. He laughed.
So remember how we said the engine's going in for the last time and that'll be it and never comes back out again? Well, that was a lie. The engine's back out again. Unfortunately, the starter motor is just too close to the steering rack. We can't do anything about it. It's just so close that it's not even funny. So what we're doing is we have tried working with these mounts, and we need to now fix the rack back into position and get all that buttoned up. And what we're looking at is there's a starter motor that you can get that's much smaller body, not as long, and the solenoid is adjustable, we hope. And we're hoping that will allow us to actually get the steering shaft to go past, which means that the steering rack can pretty much go back into its standard position. So we're going to go back to that. It's been a bit of a stuff around, but you know, it's one of those things we've learned from it. Alright, so it's time to put it back in for hopefully now the last time. This thing's like the Johnny Farman of the freaking engine world, just one more time. But we're going to try and get it in now, and I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing it as much as we're sick of doing it, so let's just get it done. That was easy. The engine is back in. It's not coming back out. I'm refusing to take it out. We're going to figure out the starter motor at a late date because we still haven't got a starter motor that works, but we do think that we have finally come up with one that will work. It's just on back order, Liam?
Yeah.
It's on back order, so we've got to wait for it to get in. So for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to work around it basically, because the engine's in, so that means we can start looking at stuff like brake booster, shifter, putting in the clutch pedal,
Wiring.
Radiator. Basically, we'll just start doing everything else, getting everything bolted in, and then after that, we'll then look at actually plumbing everything up after that. So we're going to start now with putting in the shifter. The shifter's basically done, but that's where we're at the minute. That engine and that starter motor has been one hell of a headache. It's taken us a couple of weeks to actually just figure that out. It's just all part of the fun and games that it is building stuff completely custom, but you know, we'll get there. We're still waiting on wheels. We've got new wheels coming as well too, because the BBSs, they're not going to fit with the calipers.
The BBSs.
The BBSs with the fake Allen keys. So they're going, unfortunately, but we're waiting on them to come, so we're still running caliperless for now. We're going Fast and Furious style with no calipers. Yeah, let's get this in, because you know what? This thing is just dragging on now because shit like that starter motor, so we just need to get stuff done now. So we're just going to chuck stuff on and we'll just get to work. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
Alright, let's do it. So these are the brackets that Liam made up out of aluminium with some lovely little dimple dies. I really want dimple dies there. Alright, that's in. It's going together. For once, something is actually working out in this car. Please. I need something to fit in this car. That's not going to fit.
It's not going to fit.
No. Oh, Liam's just going to send it.
Oh!
That's unfortunate.
That's not good.
Maybe go down.
Wasn't strong enough.
I just bolted that in. Oh, God. Alright, the shifter's in. So now we can slam gears. It looks good though.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Feels good. Looks good. Feels good. Is good. This will be the first time that it's been on the ground.
Off the hoist on the ground on wheels.
Yep.
I got too fast!
Alright, so the car is now moved. Now it's time to start working on all the other stuff. So first thing we're going to do is we need to install the pedal box, because we need to install our skid assist pedal and get that bolted in. So it's pretty complicated compared to like the HQ pedal box that we put in on mine. Remember that, Nate? This thing, you look at it, your clutch pedal, this is it here, which has a master cylinder, which goes bolted in there like that, which is really bizarre already. Your brake pedal, you can see the componentry to make that, the mechanism to make it shoot out that way. And then even your accelerator cable wants to jump over to the other side. Like, hi. It's just bizarre, but anyway. Hopefully this should be one of the very few bolt-in items that we have in this car, because it's factory. So with any luck, it should fit. Oh look, here's the ECU that can come out.
Oh, there you go.
We'll do that too while I'm here. Alright, we're getting impatient, so while I try to take the ECU out, Nathan's going to try get the brake booster sorted. and figure all that out because there's a little bit of magic that needs to happen over there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of mucking around to do.
Wait, what even is this your cat?
That's his muffler.
That's the muffler.
That's my center hot dog.
Oh my god, it's gonna do nothing.
No, these are my cats. There's a big sound difference between them. I'll show you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, have a look. So this is your dog, this is your cat.
That was terrible.
Do you want to show us your extractors?
Oh, yeah.
These are from IKEA.
Some assembly may be required. So the ECU is ready to come out. We no longer need that. The one thing I did notice that the loom that comes out of the ECU, see these here? They're just 2 plugs, Nath. These ones here, and these go to must go to your start switch.
Oh, okay.
So that actually might be going to your gauges. So that might be what sends signal to your gauges, which is awesome. They're there.
Yeah.
And that must be just power
Mm.
to or start signal type thing. So that's going to be nice and easy because I know where it is now. Nice going camping.
Going fishing. I've got to mount this thing, which converts the booster to here. So the booster will come out here, and then that goes to the firewall where the booster would come out this side, and then it obviously pulls, pushes, whatever. And the bracket is just immense that converts it to go from that side to this side and then to this side.
Yeah, just that all that shit.
It's just crazy. There's bolts everywhere and it's all hidden under the carpet. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment while Michael's on the other side of the dash.
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's coming with it. There we go. No more big ugly brake pedal. Alright, now I've got to put the manual one in. Now that's out of the way.
Manuel.
And wheel. Do you want to put this in?
This is my side on this side.
Look, this is going to take me a whole bunch of fiddling around, so let's just cut to this and I'll show you when it's all in. How about that?
Okay.
How's that booster going for you, Mike?
How does it look?
That'll work, I guess.
It's tight. It's very tight.
Have you tried moving that wiring loom yet?
Yeah, I've taken those bolts off, but it's not going to push in because of this plate.
Nah, yeah, so cut that off. Or but can we just move that up to here? Can we actually pull it out and lift it up?
Nah, there's no movement pulling this way and up.
Oh.
It's either cut that off and push it back. But that's in, so the linkage lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
So I've got to move a lot of things to get things to fit. But the booster fits in perfectly, like that's the booster in.
It actually doesn't sit that low either, does it? Like it's not going to be in your feet.
No, I don't think so.
Because I remember the one that we did see that they had done it. They used a wider diaphragm one, and it was like in the footwell.
Yeah.
Pedal box back in.
5 hours later.
Shut up. It took a lot of time. All right. It was fiddly. So it's in now. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the throttle pedal because you can see how it goes there. I'm going to hook it up to there. Get the throttle cable in because then I got to get the stupid rod that goes across there in. But I want to get that done first, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get to it. And then I've got to figure out the clutch pedal. You know, meanwhile Nathan over there is doing the easy job, but...
Oh, the easy job.
Yeah.
Hey guys, where does a brake booster normally live?
Just a question, asking for a mate. I'm that mate. So we've just had what we consider a massive win because when I push this brake pedal now, the master cylinder, the booster works. The system works. Something in this car works. Oh yeah!
And it only takes 60 parts to get there.
Nathan has something very exciting to show us.
I got the master cylinder to work.
What'd you have to do?
Cut enough brackets and plugs, and this is just a bracket that holds the plugs really.
Yeah.
I just got rid of this so I could cut some zip ties so I could push the wiring up and away. And that goodness just happened.
So this is a huge win because what it means now is one, we don't have to relocate that. We will have to fill it up using like a syringe, which is no big deal because, you know, hopefully we're not doing it too often. But I mean, that has been such an easy install, hasn't it? Like realistically,
Yeah.
we thought it was going to be the hardest job of all. It's probably been one of the easiest things.
Yeah,
And
it was really good.
Nathan's tucked it away beautifully, so well done, Nathan.
Thank you.
On to the next project.
I
mate.
did the kit. Now we need to do brake lines that go from there into the engine bay that break off to the discs at the front and
Yeah.
rear. And then we need to look at a vacuum line that we've got to run to go to that booster. So yeah, good times ahead. How you going?
Yeah, good. I've just about got the master cylinder in for the clutch, actually.
Oh, you bolted it up?
Yeah, I'm just bolting it in.
Oh.
And now I still have to like hook it up to the actual pedal, but I've got the actual master cylinder
Yep.
in its factory location. And then Liam's working on the accelerator cable at the moment, the bracket, because we just need to do a couple of adjustments to that. And then I reckon we're just about done for the day, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. Clean up.
It's getting late in the afternoon. I've got to go to work still.
Sun's getting real low.
So we've had a massive win. So the clutch pedal's in. It's hooked up to the master cylinder. You can see the master cylinder runs down here. It's not hooked up to the actual gearbox itself just as yet, but that's working. You can see the brake pedal works and returns. And now we have an accelerator cable that's hooked up and working as well too. And I was thinking, Nath, you know how like this? See the little dial there? Like, you know what the go-karts have the screws? Do you reckon if we screw that down we get more power? But yeah, that's a massive win. We have a 3-pedal BMW now.
Finally.
Skid assist, brake and accelerator. Look at that, we have working pedals. It's just gonna be like ba 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 ba. This is a cool place to be, actually, to be honest. I like the shifter up just that little bit higher too. It feels more race car.
It feels more race car. Yeah. It's been a really good day today.
This is the day.
This is good motivation.
Yeah.
And we got the rating too.
Yeah, and we've got the radiator in. Liam mounted up the radiator. Michael got the pedal assembly. Shifters in.
Basically, all the big stuff is just about done. So
Yeah,
now,
it's freaking good.
One side of the handbrake.
One side of the handbrake.
Yeah. Well, we're going to end this one here. I think I don't know how long this episode's been because we've dragged this out just because of so many issues with getting the engine in. But today has been an absolute massive win. Like, this is the win we needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a win we needed to get the motivation to keep going.
Yeah. So it's been a huge day, but it's been an awesome day. It's actually been fun today.
Yeah, today was a great day.
Today was a fun day. So
Sweet in the shed.
if you've enjoyed watching the build so far and you want to see more, please make sure that you subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And if you'd like us to help us out even further, you can go over to the website where you can purchase a bunch of Hackshop gear. We are looking into t-shirts as well too, for everyone asking, so t-shirts will be coming soon, hopefully. But otherwise, head over there and that'll be a great way to support us, to help us continue to build crap like this. So, yeah, see you in the next one, I guess. Happy?
Happy?
Cool.
You happy, Liam?
This ain't crap.
It'll be this way because the
Please
trumpet
finish
goes
it.
up like that.
Please finish it. Thank you. That was giving me a headache when.
Oh, I just took the glove off.
Loki, are you excited? You look excited, aren't you? Good boy. Come on.
You'll be body till we die.
Doesn't that one get a little knobby dimple-dyed bit to hold it up?
No, this is only one side.
Oh, okay.
Apparently. I don't know, I'm not the designer, he is.
Are you an architect?
I'm not an architect. An architect wouldn't help in this situation either.
I don't know.
He just knows how to use Google SketchUp.
Yeah, I just use Google SketchUp. And I make stuff
He
on the
just
computer.
knows how to use Google SketchUp really well. That's it.
Do you have like a grease gun or something?
A grease gun or like just grease?
Just grease.
A grease, yeah.
A grease.
Can you even get a grease?
A grease?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a grease right here.
Is it? But what?
Grease lightning.
But what is a grease though? Is that like a finger's worth of a grease?
It's a little bit less than a lot of grease.